Good morning and welcome to Bernadoodle's Barnyard. They're all standing up like little meerkats. All of the rabbits survived through the heat wave, other than the two I lost on the 100-degree day. It's a lot cooler now, they're really happy. Good morning, guys. So I have big plans this week. We'll see what I can get done. I'm gonna try to get a lot done today because I have doctor's appointments on a lot of the other days. So I need to fill the 4 beds my husband helped me build yesterday. That way when my friend gives me some zucchini plants tonight, I have a place to put them. The other thing I have to do is I need to rotate through the rabbits, meaning I have some cages I want to clean, and I want to take the moms out of the cages I have them in currently with their older babies and put them back in their solitary homes so that when they have their babies this Thursday, they have a nice spot to be with no other rabbits. And then I have a few that are ready to butcher. So we'll see how much I can get done. I'm going to try to do most of it today.
I'm going to give him this.
Okay.
For lunch. This, I'm going to give him this.
It's 12:30. I've got Tango back in her cage, Morello back in hers. So now I need to clean Delta's cage, get her in there. I'm going to move her babies out of the main pen. They're the first ones who are going to get butchered because they're the right size and they're the biggest. And then I'm going to be moving Buttercup's babies, the one that passed away on hay day. Her babies are going to get moved into the woods, so they'll be in the shade over there. Then what's her name? Piper, the blue rabbit. Her litter of older babies I'm going to go through, and I plan on, at least for now, keeping some of them. So I need to go look at their shape and see which ones are nicest. And since I had that buck die, I might also keep one of her bucks. So I need to go look at them. So as unfortunate as it is that I lost Buttercup, I will be moving the blue rabbit into Buttercup's cage. So all 4 of the ones who will have litters are going to have one of those cages that I made, which are really the best ones for them to have babies in, and each of them will have a nest box that's wooden. And then since I have a free cage, the double cage right here that I have Piper in, I'm going to use that to house the potential new does that I'll be keeping. And at least for now, until I get a better replacement, I'm probably going to keep one of Piper's bucks in this cage. So I'm going to have my husband help me move that into the woods so they're cooler. Okay, task move rabbits is done. These are the girls I was trying to show you when this one decided to adventure around the world and run away. So they're going in the nice shade of the woods right now, which is great because it is nasty out. This is the way I prefer to carry rabbits. You can put a hand on top of them so they don't jump out. Lift the bucket. That way they don't scratch you, you don't hurt them, and they're less scared. Miss Piper here isn't due for a little while, but she is now moved into Buttercup's old cage, meaning she has much better place to have her bunnies. Hey girl. I've never had an issue with this hutch before with this section of it when it comes to heat. I think the problem with Buttercup was that she had all those babies in with her, so all that body heat, plus it was 100 degrees. So I just gotta be careful of that in the future. So this one should be fine. But the next thing I need to do is sort through Piper's litter of older bunnies. I want to see if there's at least a couple females that look nice and maybe one male. This is a textured welcome mat, and this is a pretty flat spot I can use. I'm not the best at posing rabbits, but I'm going to do my best to pick the ones with the nicest body conformation. Okay. So to pose the rabbit, you want their toes in line with their hips. Right there. You kind of want to squinch them up and hopefully they don't move. Backed up. These guys haven't been handled much, so. Is that it? No. Relax. You want their elbows down. Elbows down, thank you. All right. That looks correct. Doesn't move. So he still has, I think, a bit of a long shoulder like the dad that I just got rid of. We'll see if I actually end up keeping any of these, but they're worth looking at. Stop moving, I know. Leaning a lot. Yep. Nope, nope. This part looks pretty nice. It means his loins are in good shape. You don't want them to look like a spade where it's skinny up here. So he's got good sized loins. He's a tiny bit pinched, which means his heels point towards each other, but not as bad as his dad. I don't know. So this is one of the girls I'm considering keeping. She has a chocolate color. To me, she looks pretty full bodied, and I'm gonna have my friend take a look at her and see what they think. This is the second one I'm considering keeping. So my last litter of bunnies is due today. I won't be breeding again until it's much cooler, probably till at least September. So we'll just play it by ear on the weather. This Tango does not have any fur pulled yet. This Delta, as normal, has plenty of fur pulled. There's a bunch out here. I'm assuming her nest is full. And there's also a little blood in that corner. So she definitely gave birth. I'm gonna go check on her litter now. So I'm gonna check on them. That's all the fur she had out of the nest. As normal, she pulled way too much. Crazy girl had 11 babies alive and 1 dead. So, good job, Mom. The real trick with these summer litters is having them not roast because it's so hot. So I move the nest box into the mesh area during the day when it's hot, and then I need to remember to move them back during the night in case it gets colder. The nest box can be like an oven if it's too enclosed with no airflow. Miss Morello has also not pulled any fur yet, so still waiting on her. Miss Nichols has done an awesome job at keeping her litter alive through all this heat, including the one I fostered on her. She's a really good mom. So what I did with her was, on that really hot day, I tipped her nest box over and released everyone so they wouldn't be trapped together and die from the heat. And since they have this enclosed area in there, they didn't really need the nest box, so. You can see the size difference of the one I fostered on her, that blue-gray one. Quite a bit bigger than the rest, but they did really good, so. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. I'm glad she could take care of it. It was fostered because all of its siblings died and it was the only one. So I knew it would do better with a litter and a mom that had a nest full of babies instead of just alone with its mom. Miss Tango has pulled fur, so I assume we have babies this morning. All 11 of Delta's babies survived the night. Hi, Mama. All right, I'm gonna check on your babies. All right. Oh. Okay. Have one white one. One chocolate one. Might be a lavender one, or sorry, lilac, gray. Oh, probably gray and white. 4. Another white one. 5. And 6. Another spotted one. Good job, Mom. So 11 babies is a lot and 6 is perfect. 6 is what you're hoping to average out for every mother. I'm going to take 2 of Delta's 11 and put them in with the 6, and Tango can feed 8, and that way we'll have 9 and 8. It's a lot more even. So 9 is the most I've ever had survive a litter. So when I can, I like to distribute them a bit. So I'll put these in Tango's nest. It'll be really obvious which ones they are by color and for a texture, since she's not a Rex. Good girl. I moved them out into the wire spot, wire-sided, so that they get more airflow and we don't lose babies today when it gets hot. We have a bunch to do this weekend, so I decided the 6 rabbits I butchered the other day are all going to be just grilled. I'm going to spice them up and cook them for 10 minutes each side, and then just debone them and use them for a few different meals this week. I just did a dry rub of ranch powder pepper and granulated garlic. So what I'm making is a baked pasta dish. We have some grilled rabbit and some of the homemade marinara sauce mixed with pasta. I'm doing a center layer of goat's cheese ricotta with the spices and eggs from our chickens and a little bit of mozzarella. I'm going to do a top layer of some more of the noodles and rabbit, and then I'm going to top it with some homemade goat's mozzarella. So with the meat and the sauce and everything ready being cooked, really what you want to do is just heat up the egg that's in that ricotta and melt the cheese and brown it on top. So I'm putting it on 375 until it looks like it's all cooked nicely. Tons of cheese, it should be really tasty. So Morello had her babies today. I haven't actually looked yet. I can tell we've already lost 2 there, and there was a piece of one in the other part that she'd eaten, and she was trying to clean out the nest, so we had 3 dead ones. Okay. 2, 3. 3 living babies. So that's unfortunate she lost some. I'm going to take the 2 that I gave to Tango from Delta's litter back away. So I fostered them already. I'm going to take them back and give them to this mom. That way Tango will have 6 again. And then Delta still has 9, so I'm probably going to take one of those, make it so each of the Rex rabbits has 6, and Delta will be left with 8. Okay, we're gonna do a recount on these guys. Make sure there are still 8 in here alive. So. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we actually lost one of the ones I fostered yesterday anyways. It didn't make it, so I'm just gonna take that one back from this litter. So now she has 4. And Tango has her original 6. Okay, moving on to the morning check of Delta's litter. She should still have 9 alive in here. So, check that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, out of Delta's very beautiful large litter, only 5 of hers are still alive, and they all look really skinny and wrinkly, like they're not being fed properly. So I think this is the end for my older mutt rabbit. I don't think I'll be breeding her again, and I think I'm going to take her bunnies away right now and split them between the other 2 mothers who seem to be feeding their babies a lot better. So Morello currently has 4. I'm going to give her some of these guys who are really skinny. She'll feed them. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to give 1 back. No, I'll give 2 of these to Tango. It'll be 7 and 7, or 7, 8. So yeah, these just are not being fed properly. So the other mother should be able to help with that, hopefully. So Morello now has 8, and the one I took back from Tango is going to just go back to her because she was doing good by it. So it'll be 7 and 8. Making some rabbit stir fry now. So on butcher weeks, Boris gets dinners of rabbit meat. This is all of the lungs, kidneys, hearts, and some fat. And then he also gets 1 rabbit's worth of a head and 4 paws and a tail. Excited? He also eats this outside, not in my house. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We'll see you next time on Bernadoodle's Barnyard.